What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing how to make a custom exterior for Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1. This is part 1, and everything will be included in this at some point that you see, including the road and such. But this will just be getting like a main chunk of the front done, which is basically from the entrance almost to the ink machine, or to the ink machine room, but not including it. You do need the BATIM Chapter 1 tutorial up to pretty much where the drop is. I'll explain it more in the actual beginning clip. But, yeah, because we formed directly off a lot of that in this. Although we're really not going to use it as numbers. It's just more so to make sure that it fits properly. Because if you try to build it in verse, it's just going to be weird. But anyway, that is all. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so as what should have been mentioned in the intro, but I'll go a little bit more in detail. Here, you do need the Bendy Chapter 1 tutorial build for this, preferably mine. You need everything except for this lower section down here. I just have it because it was easy enough to structure block it in. But basically, the line would be like, you know, this part. I don't remember the last part that was done in the main top area, but, you know, just don't even worry about the pillar down if you're like, oh, I want to build this, but I don't have the Bendy Chapter 1. So the first thing we're going to end up doing is, if you have these ochre frog lights like I do, and maybe the command block, but probably not the command block, you want to just get rid of them entirely. Just take them off. We don't need them. And you should have this now. You'll then get out the following. Beehives. Oak stairs. Oak planks. Stripped jungle wood. Composters, jungle fence, jungle stairs, jungle slabs, and we'll go oak fence gates, why not? So as we build this, I would like to remind you of one thing immediately. As we're building this, we're going to go a block lower in the floor than what the actual bottom will be. So the floor level is just one block lower than this oak plank below the door, so that, you know, the floor would be here. But because of the fact that I use dirt paths for the ground, we're going to have to fill lower to, you know, compensate for that. So if you take the oak door here at the beginning, the start of the build, you want to, above it, place an upside down oak stair facing out. Left and right of that oak stair, you're going to place 2 beehives in either direction. They should face, the little notches of them should either face outwards or towards the actual build. I think outwards just is easier to place. You'll extend those beehives down by 2 rows each, along with up by 3 rows. That's fine. I didn't want to build the build anyway. Just see you later. Your client is having trouble establishing a connection to multiplayer services. Checks out. That's my internet in a nutshell. You're going to take the oak plank here on the bottom and extend it out by, we'll say, 4. And then maybe I'll join back. There I am. My god. You'll extend each of the 3 oak planks that stick out. Wow, that was actually correct. Either direction by 2, which is left and right. Off the end, you'll bring the end oak plank towards you by 1 and place a couple of oak stairs in the middle as in 3. You will take the back corner oak planks and extend each side up with 2 jungle fence and then an upside down jungle stair facing towards you. Bring those stairs towards you with an upside down jungle slab. In 1, forward 1, and then you'll connect together. And this weird little shape you have in the center, you'll just fill in with upside down jungle slabs. I apologize, I don't know why my throat always does this. You'll take the bottom jungle fence on either side and extend it towards you with 2 oak fence gates. And then you will want an oak fence on the end, which I'll get rid of the fence gates to grab out. I'm going to say, now you don't need those technically, but underneath the beehives you want to place a composter extending down, and then you'll extend it out an additional 1 on both sides. You'll have to crouch to place those. Extend the end composters up with 7 stripped jungle wood that face up. I think it was 7. Yeah, it was. And then connect them together over the beehives with sideways strip jungle wood, like so. I'm going to extend the composters and the like oak plank slash stairs down each by 1. The stairs will be brought down with oak planks still, but you kind of just want to trace like at least the outside portion here. That's that extra row down, so the floor will be in line with this row, but because because of that dirt path, it's a little bit of an extra step. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Lanterns, chiseled bookshelves, oak slabs, barriers or structure voids or string would work, oak signs, glow ink sacks, and maybe white dye, but I'm not positive on that one. So this will be a lot easier if you're using PC Bedrock, and I think Java should work the same, but just PC Minecraft, I'll say. But we're not worried about that yet. First off, you want to place a lantern on the oak fence on either side. Above the center of this little jungle overhang, you want to take this beehive and place an upside down oak slab off of it. Extending up, you'll place a chiseled bookshelf and then another oak slab. Left and right of the chiseled bookshelf, you'll place a barrier and then a chiseled bookshelf outside of that. You want the front of the bookshelves facing forward. Off of the sides of each of the, 2 outer bookshelves, and off the barriers, you'll place blank oak signs. The other 3 you're going to spell out Joey Drew Studios. If you're on PC, you can head inside and come to this one here. Oh yeah, because I structure blocked it. I use structure voids, they're gone. You can just control block pick and it'll give you the data for these signs and you can place them that way. And now I can actually check if we need the... Okay, no, you do not need the white dye. I wasn't sure if it was or not, but... Oh yeah, so for the first sign, you want to go down a line and type Joey in all caps. Second, you will type Drew, and the final one, you will type Studios. And you will have to crouch to place the signs because of the bookshelves. And then you'll just place your glowing sack on each of those 3 signs. Nice. We'll be building that logo again later over there somewhere. I think it's on the side of the ink machine room. But yeah, you can get rid of everything and head inside of your Bendy Chapter 1 again. And we're going to go steal the Bendy banner. I actually have it in my inventory because, yeah. But I'm going to head over here and just, if you pretty much head straight back through this room, you'll find a banner here, which you can just block pick the little bottom hitbox. That was a little laggy. Block pick the little bottom hitbox of it. And if we head back out, in the corner to the left of the door, I'll just have a Bendy banner kind of, whoopsies, facing diagonally out. You don't have to have that if you don't want, but that was a nice detail. Do we want to do the roof of this section now? Yeah, I don't see why not. So get out the following. Spruce stairs. Spruce slabs, which we'll use for planks since we literally only need 1 plank anyway. Stripped oak wood. Composters. Beehives. And that should be everything you'll need. Off the sides of these top strip jungle woods, you'll place spruce stairs facing out and extend them forward by 1. Extend them in with opposite on spruce stairs facing in, then up from those with spruce stairs facing out, in with opposite on stairs facing in, up with stairs facing out. And you want to do this until you have 1 block between your stairs, which will have a dilemma. Which way do you place the stair? Neither. You place a spruce plank with a slab on top. The little triangle you'll be left with at the top here that is hollow, you'll just fill in with stripped oak wood facing up. Like so. On the left side of this, you want to bring the composters, I guess specifically, back by 4. The strip jungle wood you'll bring back with 4 beehives. Again, just making sure that the notches are not visible from the side here. I don't need the top, I guess. On the other side, you'll bring the composters back by 2. But you only want 1 row of beehives behind the strip jungle. I mean, you could technically add another if you wanted, but it doesn't really matter. And just to make it easier, I'm going to bring all the spruce stairs, like this bottom row here on both sides, where you already have 2, you'll extend back an additional 4. And then on all the other ones, you'd be extending back 5 along with the slab on the top. We'll have to trim some of this off later, but just I think it's easier to build the whole thing and then trim that part off later because it's a small part on the right side. But yeah. That is the first little section done. We're going to start by going right, since right is where a lot of the fancy stuff is. The left is just a blank wall with a bendy head on it with a little bit of a pattern, which kind of goes around a good bit of the build like that. That's like the main section, like the yellow section on the Playco. But you can clear your inventory and get out the following. Bamboo mosaic. Bamboo mosaic stairs. Stripped birch wood. Block of stripped bamboo. Stripped oak wood. Mud brick slabs. Where? I'm sorry, I'm like not really finding things. I'm thinking ahead and it's just not working. And we'll go with, for these three, we'll go chiseled bookshelves. Stripped jungle wood. And is there even anything else that makes sense here? I don't particularly. I guess oak stairs would make sense because that'll get us that wall done, yeah. So we might not actually end up needing the mosaic. Well, okay. So I technically use block of stripped bamboo here. Yeah, no, we can actually work around doing that. That's fine. You want to take the composters to the right of the main section here. And this backmost one of the three, this top one, you'll extend right with 3 bamboo mosaic stairs. You'll end up kind of in this weird corner. This oak plank, if you have one here below the chiseled bookshelf, you can break it and replace with a block of stripped bamboo facing up. You probably won't have that though because of the way that I did the tutorial. So yeah, and including a corner row here, you might have that. You just want to remove it. But you'll extend this block of stripped bamboo forward with 3 bamboo stairs facing, or bamboo, yeah, mosaic stairs facing left. Then forward with a stripped birch wood facing up. Extend right from that with 4 more bamboo mosaic stairs. And then I'll just go a stripped jungle wood for fun. The stripped jungle wood doesn't really need to be extended down, but I'll extend it down anyway. But everything else you're going to bring down with blocks of stripped bamboo that face down. So we don't actually need the mosaic blocks, because this is the way we do that. The stripped birch corner here, it'll extend up by 7. Any mosaic stair you want to bring up with 7 stripped oak wood. Including breaking through the roof there. Pretty much anything you'll break through, or you can, or that is in your way, you'll break through. That should be the case for most of this build. Nice. I guess I should bring these ones up, though. My god. Cool. I'll place mud brick slabs on top of this whole thing, and I'll extend them out an additional row, mainly on the like front and this little section on the left here. I'm not going to go over the right because that does end up keep going, or does keeping going. Yep, that's grammar. And it'll lead into another section actually like way over there, but we're not worried about that just yet. So what we can do is take the bottom strip jungle here, and you will extend forward with the following. Just make sure when you place the chiseled bookshelves, they face pretty much any direction but left. Left is a no-go, but into the wall, back, or forward is fine, which would be right, back, or forward. We'll go forward anyway from this bottom strip jungle with 5 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood facing up, which actually aligns with that pillar. That's funny. 5 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood facing up. 5 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood facing up. I will extend each stripped jungle specifically up by 5. Except for the back one behind this whole thing, you can bring that up by 4. If you want to bring it up, you don't actually have to at all. But I will, just for fun. The center, well actually, you'll extend each chiseled bookshelf up by 1 as well. That'd be an important way to start here. I'm going to crouch as I place these rows so I can just, you know, do this better. The center 3 chiseled bookshelves in each of the 3 little sections, you'll extend up with 4 stripped oak wood facing up. Like so. I'll then get rid of everything in front of that stripped oak wood, so pretty much the bamboo and the stripped birch. And I'll get out paintings, mud brick walls, torches, and anything else that makes sense. Can we actually, like, manage that? We'll go black concrete. Why not? So you want to, on each of these 3x4s of stripped oak wood, place painting. So if you just take the second stripped oak wood up in the center, you'll just slap a painting on there. I would rather not that, to be honest. I think there's only 2 types of painting, so just like pick which one you want to have on the ends and then have one in the center. That's the way that I did it, because I thought that the one that I have 2 of is more within the bendy color realm rather than the like blue you got here. But you could also make them all the same. Doesn't really matter. The chisel bookshelves on the side you'll extend up with, if you follow the aquarium refresh, this should be familiar. If that's even out yet, I don't know, probably not. But for I guess members who did, I know it's random, but you'll place an oak stair, upside down oak stair, upside down oak stair on each of the chiseled bookshelves on the sides of these paintings. Whoopsies. And yeah, it'll kind of give you this cool like ridged pattern, which I think looks pretty nice. But maybe that's just me. Off of the bottom strip jungle wood on each of these pillars, including both sides of that front pillar, you're going to place mud brick blocks off the side of them. When I say both sides, I mean the left and front. You don't want to place one on the right because we'll have a wall going there. Each mud brick block you'll extend up with 3 mud brick walls, a mud brick block, and then another mud brick wall. You can get rid of your mud brick slabs and get out mud brick blocks if you prefer to use those. It doesn't really matter though at the end of the day. On each side of the top mud brick blocks, just leave the bottom ones alone. You'll place torches. Where you have the 2 on the corner though, I'm actually going to leave the like inner corner open, because essentially you try to be placing torches in both these spots, so rather than having it asymmetrical, I just removed them both. The next step is going to be along the front here. You can get rid of your paintings and probably oak stairs, and you'll get out bamboo slabs, which we're going to use for planks again, and bamboo trapdoors. So we don't actually need this yet, but I just figured it'd be nice to get them out. You're going to start by extending over from the strip jungle, which will be right, with, again, making sure they don't face forward this time. You'll place 6 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood facing up, 6 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood facing up. Strip jungles this time are not actually brought up by whatever the number was before. They're brought up by 7 this time. I think before they were 5. I forget. But yeah. You'll take the chiseled bookshelves either row and extend the sides of them up by 1, the very end blocks, which will leave you with the center 4. In those center 4, you will place black concrete and extend that black concrete up an additional 5. We're going to say 4 rows. Trust the process. Or don't, that's also an option. That's 5, whoopsies. Cool. The center 2 black concrete you will then extend up another block. Off of the top black concrete, you'll place upside down bamboo slabs, and then extend them kind of down diagonally out with bamboo slabs like so. It should be just above the outer black concretes. You'll then extend those bamboo slabs down if you crouch, and place 5 bamboo trap doors down from the sides of them. It'll kind of give you window frames. I wanted to add something as far as windows, because the build would look weird without any. So this was kind of my method. Underneath those trapdoor rows, you'll place bamboo planks, and you'll extend them, or connect them together between, like, kind of the underside of the window. And it'll give you 2 nice windows. I will then bring up the side chisel bookshelves with stripped oak wood and kind of just fill it around the windows. Now, on the left side specifically, once you reach the top, this top stripped oak wood will be brought to the left by 3. You'll then have the next row over will be 1 shorter, along with the row left of that will be the same height as that previous row. So it gives you this shape. The right one is just up to the top of the strip jungle. There's no real exceptions. We'll have a roof incline here, as you probably can tell based on the odd shape there. Although we won't be doing that just yet. You will take the bottom strip jungles, and you'll do a similar thing you did over there. You'll place the mud bricks off the sides of the strip jungle. And then from each mud brick block, you'll place 3 mud brick walls. Mud brick block, and then you'll go 3 mud brick walls above as well. Same thing with the torches off each side of that center mud brick, and then with the corner too, you're leaving the middle of the corner open. You could place like a something there. I don't have any ideas off the top of my head. I mean, ochre froglet would be the obvious one, but that I think would just not look right. Because it'd be too blocky. You do like a yellow stained glass pane or something. I don't know, just throwing ideas at the wall. From the right side here, you want to take the strip jungle pillar and extend back with 4 chiseled bookshelves. I'll have them facing back. 2 rows of them. The bottom row of strip jungle and the row above. And then up from that, you should place 7 stripped oak wood facing up. Oh, 6? Not 7. Yeah, 6, not 7. And it'll be the same height as the wall in front of you, and they'll all face upward. Another blank wall incoming. Wow, we're actually getting far here. I'm shocked. But behind this chiseled bookshelf row, this bottom one specifically, I'll just place like a placeholder block. I'll just go strip jungle, whatever. I will extend that strip jungle to the right with 5 chiseled bookshelves. Make sure they don't face forward again. Strip jungle wood facing up. 6 chiseled bookshelves? Yeah. Upward facing strip jungle wood. And then 5 chiseled bookshelves. Upward facing strip jungle wood. And I can kind of just make sure that that center one's a bit wider, and yeah. Extend the, well, extend, I guess, the, what, the strip jungle wood's up by 7? That chiseled bookshelves up by 1, and then don't preemptively do the next step, because it's actually not what you think. On top of the chiseled bookshelves, you'll place 6 rows of stripped oak wood facing left to right, rather than top to bottom. Just change the texture a little bit. This was originally actually because I had the logo, which you see on the ink machine room on the right side. I had it on this wall, and I ended up not liking the way that looked, so I ended up taking it off, and moving it over to that wall. But yeah, that was partially, or that's the reason that this wall is actually flipped. And I just never changed it because I didn't think about it. And I still think it looks fine, honestly. You'll never guess the next step. We want those mud brick pillars again. So mud brick block off the bottom strip jungle, and then you'll go up with the 3 walls, block 3 walls again, and you'll have the torches. These pillars would have also been actually still here with the logo. They just would have kind of warped around it. Not quite perfectly. But for those of you who are in the Discord server, I actually posted an image when I had the logo here, and I ended up just, it looked fine, I just didn't like it because it was so big on the wall, and it definitely fits on the ink machine room better. We have a little bit more of the wall to go. On the right side, you'll extend the strip jungle here back with 4 chiseled bookshelves, upward facing strip jungle, and then 3 chiseled bookshelves. Again, you'll extend the chiseled bookshelves up a row and the strip jungle up by 7. And the stripped oak here will be upward facing again. Just that one wall is sideways. I mean, some other walls are. The ink machine room has some fun patterns going on. And then you'll want the 1 mud brick pillar here with the torches on all sides. Instead of continuing on from this point, we're going to cap this section, and that'll also help us with doing the next section because it lines up with that wall over there, the wall between the two segments we've done, the entrance part and this part right here. You can clear your inventory and get out the following: spruce slabs, spruce planks, mud brick walls, and more so because we might use them rather than I know we will, you'll get out stripped birch wood, stripped oak wood, bamboo mosaic stairs, block of stripped bamboo, and stripped jungle wood. So starting from the left side of this section, over top where the windows are, I'm going to take the mud brick pillar on this front left corner. The front wall, though, one, not the left wall one. And you'll place a spruce plank on top of that mud brick wall. I'll extend that plank left with a slab, along with right with an upside down slab, up with a slab, right with a plank, right with an upside down slab, up with a slab, and then you'll just go right with planks until you stick over that wall by one. And you pretty much want to follow the shape of the walls here with the spruce planks to block out until you reach the end here on the right, the back right portion. Like so. We're going to do some weird things for this next step, but it'll make sense, I promise. The left side of the roof here where you have the incline, you'll just extend the whole thing back until you crash into this wall, and you'll end up wanting to just stop at that point with each row for this particular little incline. Let me know what you guys think of this one if you want more customs. I know I did the poll and the vote was unanimously yes. I haven't gotten to any though. Granny is probably the next one that's in my sites or some FNAF, but we'll see. From this point, I'm going to take the backmost spruce plank row on this, and I'm just going to extend this plank all the way right until eventually you'll collide with... Well, you won't actually collide with this one. You'll kind of be here. And instead of going out to connect directly to it, I'm going to connect... I mean, I guess you can connect directly to it. I don't see a problem with that, doing that. But you can also just connect a row inside. I'll connect it directly because it doesn't matter that much. But connecting a row inside will just make sure that we know where the roof cuts off, or the wall cuts off better. This whole little Tetris block shape, you'll fill in with spruce planks, even though it's not quite a Tetris block. I don't think I said the thing yet. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I might have said it, though. I forget. I'm saying it anyway again. Now that I'm saying it, I feel like I did say it. Who knows? A lot of things going on. Trying to keep track of which one's existing and which ones aren't. This shouldn't be too long of a build-up, which would be nice. I feel like the ink machine room will be the pain one, but everything else really won't be that bad. I mean, really, that right side is the tough one. Once we do the right, it's just the left is some blank walls and stuff, and that'll all probably be, in one part. And we'll do the floor at the end. But if you want to fill in a little bit of the ground with their paths, you absolutely can, just to get it, out of your way. What we can do now is take the wall on the left, this middle section, and you're going to take the front row of mud brick slabs and extend them all the way right until you're on the last spruce plank. I want to mark this wall first. So if you have the spruce planks where they are perfectly aligned like this, that's good. You can just take the one behind this row, behind where the wall ends, this first one behind, and just bring it down with stripped birch wood until you're in line with this first chiseled bookshelf. What is that, 7 down? Yes. And then I'll place a block of stripped bamboo below that facing up. If not, again, it's just, you have 3 visible rows here and the pillar will be there. You'll end up... I'm going to break this spruce plank and replace it with the stripped birch wood. And then I'll place a mud brick slab on top. I will extend it forward by 1, left by 1, and then I'll connect it back to this row. And I'll just fill in that little weird spot there. From the bottom stripped birch wood, I will extend to the right with 8 bamboo mosaic stairs facing forward. I'll have the block of stripped bamboo underneath them that faces up, and I'll also have the stripped oak wood. That's not oak. Stripped oak wood above them that face up, and it should be 7 blocks. Right? Yeah. And then we can square off a little bit of this roof section, because we might as well. I'll end up placing a little bit of strip jungle just to the right of that bamboo mosaic stair row specifically. That's really the only block you need just so you don't have that hole, but I will actually bring it down so it's in line with the bottom, and that'll make it easier to build the composters off that in a little bit. We can actually get out the composters, but we won't use them yet because I'm realizing that wall is fairly blank and we can just, you know, get it out of the way. What we can do is if you head all the way back to the left of these mud brick slabs, you should have 2 rows here thick where the roof is. You'll end up extending back another... It should be 2 more mud brick slabs back to be in line with the edge of this roof. And then I'll extend these all the way over and connect them on top of this last stripped oak wood row here, which should be there. I will, you know, extend forward and connect it left to give that overhang. And then this little section, well, this long section, you'll fill in with mud brick slabs for the roof. I'm at this point, like, we're about 40 minutes in, I mean, 35, give or take, and I'm trying to figure out how long I want this to be. So I'm like, do I go for 50, or do I, like, stick with 40? I don't know. 40 would give me more parts. Not that that really mattered. It wouldn't be that many more. It'd probably be 1 more. I don't see this being more than, like, 4 parts. I'd be shocked if this reached, like, 6. 5 would be like, okay, yeah, no, fair enough. But 6, no. It should give you this, and you may notice something a little bit off here. It's this particular gap over the roof. You'll just bring the stripped oak wood down from that second row of mud brick slabs. I'm going to head to this side because I find it easier to fill it that way. But make sure your directions are good of the, like, blocks. You'll probably notice, but, you know, especially when you're placing a lot of them directional, you'll definitely make a slip up or two. Just ask level 0 in the back rooms. Having built that twice now, you're bound to make a mistake. To the right of this wall, I'm going to take the bottom 2 strip jungle, or just, you know, in line with the mosaic and strip bamboo block over, and I'll extend out with 4 composters from each block. I'll then place strip jungle wood in front that faces up from both composters. Why am I lagging? What is here that would be lagging my game? Whatever, I don't want to know. You'll extend the strip jungle wood at the front here up by 8. Like so. I will extend these composters on the bottom to the right of this strip jungle by 3. Yeah, what am I lagging for? And then I'll place stripped oak wood on top of those to bring them up to the same height as that jungle. Which should be 8 stripped oak. Also on the side, you'll bring the strip jungle back with 4 rows of stripped oak wood. So just on these composters as well. With vibrant visuals, you truly never know why you're lagging. That's what I've found. It seems to be less bad when I'm recording, but still, some maps you can't fix it anymore. Like, it's just, some of those maps are way too big. Behind the stripped oak wood here, you'll place a strip jungle that faces up. And then you can just place off of this row and then bring it up by a block, because you don't really, that doesn't matter if that is there. You'll extend back then with 8 stripped oak wood, strip jungle, and a singular stripped oak wood. Do I want to get this roof out of the way? We can't really do that roof without the wall on the other side, but we can do some of it, I guess. You can clear inventory, and we just want spruce slabs, spruce planks, mud bricks, packed mud, and strip jungle wood. I guess we'll mark part of that wall, and then we'll just have to make sure that the pattern stays the same whenever we're doing other parts. At the very front here, you want to take the top stripped jungle, and in front of it, you'll place an upside down spruce slab. I'll extend it right by 3 along with off the left by 1. I'll then go back with an upside down slab, up with a slab, back with a plank, back with an upside down slab, up with a slab, back with a plank, and you're going to keep this going. And there's 2 points of reference we can use here. The, these 2 dark oak planks will just be in line with the first one, which would also be the 4th stripped oak wood back in the center row. You can see pretty much where that ends up being, because you'll bring the plank then back by 1, back with a spruce slab, down with an upside down spruce slab, back with a plank, back with a slab, back with an upside down slab, back with a plank, back with a slab, and then down with an upside down slab, and you'll end in line with that back stripped oak there. It is asymmetrical. It technically shouldn't be asymmetrical, but because of the roofing, it is. It isn't a huge deal, but I figured I'd mention that. On the underside of this roof here, you're going to place a full row of strip jungle wood facing sideways. Make sure you don't go behind any, like, spruce, or the spruce plank here at the front. You want to be too short of the front there. Starting from the very front block that you can now, which is going to be this strip jungle, you're going to place a packed mud on top. Going back, you're going to do alternating mud bricks and packed mud until you're on the very last strip jungle. And then really each packed mud or mud brick, I will extend up until it fills in this peak. I love the way this pattern looks, I'm not going to lie. It's such a cool striped pattern. We're not going to do a ton here, but behind the mud brick slab row, this very corner, you'll place a mud brick behind it and extend it up by 2. I mean, if you want, you can go all the way left with the alternating packed mud and mud bricks again with these 3 rows until you connect into the roof over here. I don't really see a reason to, like, segment this, so we might as well just do it all. But yeah, and I'm going to just, you know, make sure that I keep going. And I'll stop at this spruce stair here, because that's 3 up. So yeah, basically, once you bring all them 3 up, whatever you can extend over more to connect into the, or, you know, go behind the roof there is better. And then we'll add a little bit of a roof on this section, and we'll be on our way. It's kind of like if, well, it's not really Playco, but it has MCM vibes for sure. At least the... like, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Projected design? That's not the word. Proposed design. I knew it started with a P. Should give you this. We'll place a row of upside down spruce slabs in front of that top row of the blocks, and once you do hit the far left, whatever spruce stair is there, you'll end up replacing with a plank. And then I'll just take any block, doesn't really matter, and I'll extend, you know, this up with a spruce slab. I'll just say that mud brick. I'll go back with a spruce plank, and then up diagonally back with a spruce slab. And you want this to span the entire distance that we have, which would include behind the roof that we don't have filled in. So basically, when you're in line with this spruce slab here, so you have these 2 touching, you'll extend an additional 4. And then you'll bring the roof, that's how far you'll need it. And then from there, it'll end up connecting into whatever else. And on the left side, I'll just end in line with the spruce slab for the, like, middle of the peak over there. We'll do one more thing. And then that'll be it. You will have these lights, by the way, shining through. If you want to, like, break in and see, okay, yeah, no, that's there. You just pop a block over it so the lights don't shine through. Oh, this one's a little bit more annoying. There you go, that should do it. You'll kind of have those periodically appear. And you can even see the, well, that's just because of that, I guess. But there's one over here, right? Is it really? Wow, you're kind of far. Anyway, this peak here, you're going to fill in the top of it with the dark oak versions of whatever the spruce is. So, like, you'll bring each spruce slab or spruce plank to the right with 4 of the dark oak variant. And you'll eventually end up, as you just keep going back, you'll end up hitting the... You're connecting to that roof. Again, you'll have a lot of you may have a lot of placeholder blocks for lighting in this chapter. If you do, you can just remove them. Because a lot of the walls we're adding will kind of screw with that anyway. But if they're... I really wouldn't remove them just because. If they're in your way, though, you can. But I don't have any on this version since this is the original, and I didn't end up adding them originally. But I ended up adding them, of course, after, which then meant I have to get rid of them all. But anyway, once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the BATIM exterior part 1 complete. That's a pretty good chunk right there. Next part will probably literally just be the ink machine room, because that room is large and has a lot going on. And there's also another section sticking off the right because there's a door. I tried to, like, add sections where I thought would be logical because of, you know, doors and stuff in the map that you can't go through. But Yeah, and then after that, it's another similar section, which is what is that room? The one with you have to put the relics in, or the artifacts. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.